Brands invest billions of dollars to ensure that they are heard. Aside from often licensing popular yet expensive music tracks, brands understand that an investment in sonic signatures can have a huge brand building return on investment. Consider Intel. Raise your hand if you ever held an internship in your hand. Not many people will raise their hand because 99% of consumers have never held an Intel chip. Yet, Intel is one of the highest brands in terms of recall for their audio. Those iconic bong chimes that were released in 1994, the same year that Whitney Houston won Record of the Year for I Will Always Love You, that audio sound is played every 3 seconds somewhere in the world, in a physical location, on television, or online videos through social media. And because of that level of consistency, a product which the majority of people in the world have never held in their hand has one of the highest brand recalls. That is the power of audio. And audio really has 3 functions. You want to think about it in terms of how it's going to create mood, such as all that music that may be in elevators or restaurants playing. The message, or how it spurs some type of message or delivers that type of message, such as if you're in the airport and you hear someone say, "This walkway is ending." And then lastly, behavior, such as a doorbell. It triggers the action that you should take, which is going to get the door. And so there's a number of different purposes behind why we want to integrate audio. And audio just isn't for companies that have millions of dollars to spend on commercials. It is an integral part of every video and a lot of experiences that you have. And when we think about audio, it's more than just the music, it's also voice. And so we've seen these major moves by different companies to really surface different voices that are recognizable by individuals, and not only recognizable, but put someone in a particular mood. And so when you're thinking about video creation, consider voice, but also consider music, and consider the tones that are all going to come together to train someone that your content is uniquely your own. Let's talk about the third area of the 5, visuals. Did you know that 20 to 30% of social media posts, depending on the country, contains rich media? Rich media being a meme, an emoji, a graphic, a GIF, or video. On Instagram, visuals rule, and there's power in being able to curate a profile that others envy, others find inspirational, and others find informative. Let's face it though, no one likes to be talked at all the time. People like to talk with other people. People even like to talk with brands. And that means, as a content creator, that you have to think about the pass along value or social currency of your content. Because content these days means a lot more when someone takes it, remixes it, co-creates something else, or simply shares it. And so the goal isn't necessarily that single view, but the goal is to magnify that out. And when we think about becoming a conversational brand and creating content that's currency, it helps us get there. So we want to think about how we can say the same thing as someone else in a different way. Let's consider happiness as one central feeling. You can have colors that are warm and bright, and that awakens the senses to happiness. You can use symbols such as emojis, such as smiley faces, or you can use imagery. And the top 3 types of images that get people's attention are babies, puppies, and the word free. You can also use a video, such as a baby laughing, in order to capture someone's emotions and awaken their senses and differentiate from someone else expressing that same type of thought. Or you can combine lexicon, audio, and visuals together into some form of an experience, as individuals could do on Snapchat with turning themselves into a baby. That's Amy Poehler, if you haven't guessed it.